So I guess we're live. As many of you know, there has been an issue in Jacksonville. Pardon me while I get the. Hello? Okay. Wasn't sure we were live. Looks like we are. Um, Last night, there was another shooting in Jacksonville here that you wouldn't have known about unless you were living in the region. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the one that's happened today at the Jacksonville Landing. It's been described as a shopping center. It's not really a shopping center. It's more of an entertainment venue. It's right on the waterfront. Apparently there was a football tournament, Madden football, Xbox, whatever tournament going on, and somebody got their nose out of joint and decided to open up. What they're reporting here is pretty much exactly what's happened. Now, my daughters were forbidden under any circumstances from being up here in this city. It looks pretty on a map, but it is the Chicago of the South. It is incredibly dangerous. It is overrun with gangs. It has been for a very, very long time. And like I said, last night at a football game, there was the entire stadium was put on lockdown. There was a shooting. I do believe there was a death involved here. And then we just ever so coincidentally this morning, afternoon, whatever, have this issue up at the landing. I just wanted to get ahead of this and let you guys know that this is more than likely tied, these two events, and I'm sure they're going to reveal this as the investigation goes forward. Now, most of you know that I don't do live very often, so the way I have the camera set up, I don't think I'm going to be able to see a lot of your comments. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. It's just the camera setup. This is from last night. This was the high school where they had the shooting. Of course, a football game early in the season, and then we have this at the tournament. Some months ago, and I just have random photos brought up here, there was another shooting with high school age kids. And they got this guy, a rapper. And there's been all sorts of stuff all over social media about this, but it's been an ongoing problem. I really don't know what more to say about this. I know a lot of these have some suspect angles to it. There really isn't one here. Straight up, we had a tournament, and when you get this kind of money, this kind of intensity involved in these tournaments, and people lose and they get their nose bent out of joint, and you throw drugs and you throw booze into the mix. Jacksonville Landing is notorious, absolutely notorious, for being an incredibly rowdy, dangerous place during football weekends, at nights. It's like I said, my girls are grown, 28, 25, forbidden under any circumstances for being inside the Jacksonville Beltway under any circumstances after dark. A lot of you know that part-time at night I drive for Uber and Lyft. Under no circumstances do I ever enter the Beltway after dark. I don't care how much money they're paying. I don't care if it's 10x surge. I'm not going. And I don't work the football games for sure. So anyway, I just wanted to bring you guys up to speed on this. I think we're looking at, of course, here it says 4 dead, 9 wounded. This is not something that's new. The gang violence in Jacksonville is a ongoing problem, has been for a very long time. They are starting to lose control of it. And for all of the PR the city tries to put out and talk about how wonderful a place it is horrible. It is, like I said, the Chicago of the South. And there is absolutely no reason whatsoever for anyone to ever be up there whatsoever. I'm not familiar with the live chat paradigm here. I am trying to look at this as we go. I keep seeing the comments flash for just a second, but because I'm in portrait mode, landscape mode, whatever, and it won't show it. So pardon me if I can't. Okay, there it is. I have to put my finger on the screen to see it. Yeah, Moncrief is a death trap, absolutely. So I just wanted to bring the folks who aren't from Florida, the people that aren't privy to our local news, up to speed on what happened last night after football game. That this is no joke. And somebody asked me to turn the page. Okay, I'm going to pull this thing off here. All right, so does this work better for folks? All right. Yeah, for some reason, I cannot get the comments to stay on the screen. They just keep blinking for just a microsecond and they're gone. So don't think I am ignoring you. So I'm going to have to hold this and try to get through here. I'm not going to go to the MSM on this, but just to keep everybody up to date here, the Jacksonville Landing is a place that has a lot of different restaurants. It's a place to go hang out by the water, have a drink. I think there might be one or two shopping venues in there, but it's primarily an entertainment venue. And there's been this shooting down there that there's nothing suspicious about it whatsoever as far as the reporting. It's exactly what they're saying, but it does show that when you see things happen in Chicago, it's not just Chicago. It's this area, northeastern Florida. That's why I live way, way, way far south of that, a good solid 45 minutes to an hour away, but still in technically what they call the Jacksonville, greater Jacksonville region. So I don't, I guess I don't have a clue how someone was able to get hardware into this venue given what's been going on lately. I just can't. Of course, the landing would be a tough place to secure because it's this giant. Let's see if I can pull up an image of the landing. 1 second here. Like I said, anybody who knows anything about the McKee doesn't know. Well, that's great. That doesn't work. Sorry about that. Anyway, tell you what, I'm gonna try to make some adjustments here and come back live in a minute, and we will show a picture of what Jacksonville Landing looks like to show you why it would be nearly impossible to completely secure it. So anyway, thanks guys, and we will be back in a minute.